talk about next is also, because of the news flows from the oil market, that ocean freight rate has actually been soaring on the back of these missile attacks and attempted hijacking of the domestic ship over the weekend that saw coming in. So these are clear pressures that come in on the freight cost as well. It's very important to note that the carriers have already diverted more than $200 billion in trade from the Red Sea. Overall, pricing activity continues to raise concerns around the inflation. Delayed goods is also something that we could expect. So a lot of concerns that shape up because of the issues that are going around in the Red Sea as well, Shreyansi.
Absolutely, and there's also still a lot of events that we need to keep an eye on. So in terms of cues to watch globally, you've got the global PMI services data. Back home now, in terms of global data, you've also got US S&P Global Services PMI as well as jobless claims. In the Eurozone, you do have the S&P Global Services PMI for the Eurozone as well. And for China, you've got the PMI Composite Services data as well. So a lot of data sets to keep an eye on. But in terms of earnings also, you've got GM Breweries reporting its numbers. So that one will be in focus. And in terms of corporate action, you've got Grasim that will be in the spotlight on account of that board meet to multi terms of rights issue. So those are the counters to look at. But in terms of other events as well, you've got the EIA crude oil inventory report, as well as the UN World Economic Situation and Prospects report for the year 2024. So all of these cues will definitely remain in the spotlight, Winnie.
Absolutely important cues, that we're keeping an eye out on today. But let's, get started with some of these other top global stories that we have this morning. And obviously, do not forget that, the biggest cue that came in, in the US markets yesterday was also the minutes of the meeting of the Federal Reserve that took place in the month of December. Now, officials have launched a debate around the turning point in the monetary policy. Concerns were also voiced around how long the economy would sustain under the current borrowings rate. Chairman Jerome Powell indicated that the central bank was likely done raising rates. Now, expectations around reducing borrowing costs are seen around the end of 2024. The minutes also are indicating that the inflation is now under control. So yes, those are some of the indications that we've gotten from the minutes of the meeting as well, Shreyansi.
Well, it's also the sort of commentary that we've seen coming in that's in the spotlight. A hope for soft landing increasingly conceivable, and that's the word coming in from the Richmond Federal Reserve President Thomas Birkin. He also added that the central bank has made some real progress in battling inflation without inflicting damage on the labor market.
And let's move on and also talk about some of the US bankruptcy updates that have come in. Now, bankruptcy filings in US have surged by 18% in 2023 on the back of higher rates. Now, total bankruptcy filings, including commercial and personal insolvencies, rose to 4,45,186 versus 3,78,000 in 2022. The commercial Chapter 11 filings have also shot up by 72% as well. So clearly a rise that we've seen coming in the bankruptcy rate in the US as well, and clear indication because the rates have been so high. So because of that, the bankruptcy rates have also increased. That's what we are understanding.